5-minute warm-up just to loosen up our knees and hips. So let's just start with the march, standing nice and tall. Let's take that march wide. And take that march back to center. Let's change that march to a heel tap in front. If you need, you can always hold the chair while you're doing your warm-up. Okay, let's change that heel tap in front to a toe tap out to the side. So toe and toe out to the side. We're not going to worry about our arms today because we are focusing on our legs. So good, and how about some taps to the back? Very nice. Let's change that tap to the back to a knee lift. So lift and lift. Still standing nice and tall. Okay, and switching that knee lift to a hamstring curl. Very nice. And then back to a march. Okay, good. Now those knees and hips should be loosened up. We're going to move on to some exercises. So for today, I'm just going to do one set of 10 reps of each exercise. If you want to do more, you can replay the video and do a second or even a third set. So the first exercise we're going to do is hip abduction. So we're going to stand tall. You can hold the chair if you need to. If you don't need to hold the chair, you don't have to. You're going to lift your leg out to the side and bring it back to center. Nice and slow up, nice and slow down. Your toes should be pointing forward, not up towards the ceiling. Two more. Good. Now we're going to switch to the other leg. So shift your balance and lift the other leg. Holding onto the chair if you need. So this focuses on the outer thigh. The next exercise is going to focus on the inner thigh. Two more. Very nice. So now we're going to look at hip adduction, where you're bringing the leg across the midline. So once again, you can hold the chair if you need. You're going to start with your leg out, bring it across the center, and then bring it back out. And lift, and over. Very good. You can always add an ankle weight to make this exercise harder, or any of these exercises harder. Two more. Nice work. Switch legs and hip abduction on the other side. So take the leg out, bring it across the midline like you're kicking a soccer ball. Nice and slow. And last one. Good job. And release. Now we're going to work on our calf muscle. You can hold the chair if you need to for balance, still standing nice and tall. Slight bend in the knee if you are able. Lift the heel and lower. Nice and slow and controlled. Try not to place the heel completely on the ground. Two more of those. If you have hand weights, you can always hold hand weights to make that exercise harder as well. The next exercise we're going to do is hip flexion. So you're going to stand on one foot again. You're going to lift your knee up and lower the foot towards the floor. Keeping good posture. If you have an ankle weight, once again, that will make this exercise harder. If you need to touch down between reps, go ahead. If you need to hold the chair, go ahead. Two more. Nice work. Let's switch to the other side. Lift the knee and lower. Trying not to rest the foot on the floor if you can help it. And 2 more of these. Good. Now we're going to do hip extension. Holding onto the chair. Or without the chair, you're going to lift your leg to the back. Trying not to arch your lower back. This is targeting strengthening the back of the hip, glute. Once again, this will be harder if you put an ankle weight on your foot. Last one. Good job. And switch. Lifting the other leg behind. Nice and slow and controlled. Trying not to arch that lower back. Nice, and release. Now we're going to do knee flexion. So you're balancing once again on your left leg, and you're going to bring your heel towards your bum. Hold it there, and then straighten. Bend, hold, and straighten. Good. Once again, trying not to rest your foot on the ground, but if you need to, go ahead. And once again, making it harder by putting an ankle weight on. 2 more on this side. Good, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Hold and slowly release. Two more of these. Good, that's nice work for the hamstring, the back of the leg. We'll do 1 more standing exercise and then we'll get onto the chair. So we're just gonna work on balance. So you have a few options here. You can just lift your heel and that'll take you off balance. You can hold the chair if you need to, or you don't need to hold the chair. And you're just gonna lift your knee and you're just gonna hold. You can have your arms out wide to help with balance, or make it a little harder by bringing your arms in. Nice balancing. Let's try the same thing on the other side. So lift the other heel or lift the foot right off the ground, trying to get your knee at a 90-degree angle at the hip joint. Good, and release. Let's have a seat in our chair, and we'll do a few strengthening exercises from the chair. So sitting at the front of your chair, you're going to straighten your leg, hold it in that straight position, and then lower. Trying not to rest the foot on the floor. Also trying not to bring the knee up so high that you're working the hip muscle. Should feel this in the quadricep. Good posture throughout. Using an ankle weight will help with this as well to make it harder. Last one. Nice work, and release. Same thing on the other side. Straighten and bend. Holding that foot up there for a second before you lower. Tighten that quadricep. And 2 more. Good job. And release. Still sitting at the front of the chair, knees bent, still with nice posture. You can take your hands across your chest. We're We're going to do 10 chair stands. So you're going to stand up, keeping good posture, and then slowly lower back down. And stand up, and slowly lower back down. If you want to make this exercise harder, you can hold weights to the side of you. We'll do 5 more. Last 2. Good job. So those are lots of exercises to strengthen the knees and hips. We're going to move on to stretching the knees and hips now. So, sitting at the front of the chair, you're going to take one leg straight out in front of you. You want to keep the knee soft, don't lock it into place. Toes pointing up to the ceiling, hinge forward from the hip. Feel that stretch in the back of your leg. And we're going to count for 15. More important that you keep the back straight than that you touch your toe. Bring that back and switch to the other side. Once again, still sitting at the front of that chair, hinge forward towards that straight leg. Toe is pointing up towards the ceiling. Make sure as you're stretching, you're not holding your breath. And you should feel a gentle pull. It should not be painful. Okay, so that's the back of the leg, the hamstring. Now we're going to stretch more the front of the leg by coming to the side of the chair and taking one leg back. Now you should feel this stretch through the hip flexor. Once again, still having good posture through the back. Bring that back to center. Shift over to the other side of the chair and take your other leg back. So if you're on the left side of the chair, it's your left leg back. Pushing that hip forward, feel the stretch into the front of the leg. Good, and release. Now we're going to stretch the inside of the leg by taking our legs wide, still sitting at the front of the chair. And then you might want to come down and take your elbows and push your knees out. Feel that inner thigh stretch. And release. And then we're going to stretch the outside of the leg. 2 options. You can have your legs straight and cross one ankle over the other. That's the easier option. Harder option, bending both knees, crossing the right leg over the left, bringing that right knee towards your left shoulder. Feeling that stretch in the outside of the thigh. Sitting up with nice posture still. And release. Same thing on the other side. Legs straight, cross ankle. Feel the stretch in the outer thigh, or for a deeper stretch, knees bent. Cross the left leg over the right. Bring that knee towards your opposite shoulder. Feel the stretch into your outer thigh. We have one more stretch standing behind the chair. We haven't stretched our calf yet. So you can hold on to the chair if you need to, or you can just place your hand on your thigh. Up to you. But we're going to take the left leg back, push the heel to the floor. Both toes are pointing forward, front knee is bent. Feel that stretch into the calf. Bring the feet together and switch. Check your toes, make sure both are pointing forward. Front knee is bent, back heel is pushed down to the floor. If you want to work on balance, you take your hands off the chair. Release. So there you have it. You strengthened your hips and knees and you stretched your hips and knees. So we're just going to finish off with 3 deep breaths. So feet shoulder width apart. Take a deep breath in, reach up, and exhale. 2 more. Deep breath in, reach up, and exhale. Last one. Good job, everybody. Thanks for watching.